Jimmy Shaka here again, and this time we are going over the command that is used to copy contents from one file to another, or from a directory to another directory, and vice versa. Okay, let's get started. So the command is cp. The syntax is cp, and man pages for cp. It says cp is it's a command that's used to copy files and directories, and these are the different options. Okay, q to quit. Okay, so let's say we have, as you can see here, we have file a. Okay, the content of abc, and then the content of a file. Okay, the a file has a bunch of pings of the Google DNS server, and then the abc.txt has, oh, it has the same. Okay, let me fix this real quick. If config, let me redirect that to the a.txt file. Okay, and cat a. Okay, now, so I just added this ifconfig output to the a.txt file, so that's it right there. And then we have the abc.txt file that has a bunch of Google DNS ping output. Okay, the ping output. And then let's say I wanted to copy contents of a, which is in this case is the ifconfig, right, over to the abc file, which had the ping content, right? So the syntax for that is cp. I want to copy a.txt, so I want to copy the content of a over to the abc. Okay, enter. When I check, let's see, cat abc. Remember, before abc was a bunch of pings from for the Google DNS server. Okay, but now we have copied contents from a file, which has that. Okay, it has that, so we copied that over to the abc file. So this should be gone. Let's see. See, the abc file no longer has the ping test output. This time it has the content of a, because that's what we did here. Okay, we copied contents of a over to the abc.txt file. It's going to erase your already existing content in the destination file. Okay, let's run that command again. In this case, with that extension, -i. Okay, and to check that again, check the man pages and menus. Let's check the menus for this command. Okay, man cp, and let's go to the option I. I stands for interactive. Okay, so q to quit. So when I run this command, copy, I want to copy a content of a over to abc, but with the option -i, so that, or if there's something already there in abc, I don't want to overwrite it. You want to run the -i, the interactive option, in order to give you that warning message telling you that asking if you want to overwrite your contents in the destination file. Okay, in this case, enter. See, it's asking us, do you want to overwrite abc.txt? In this yes, we want to do that. Y for yes, enter, just like that. It was copied over. So that's a good one to have, okay? And obviously we could have called this XYZ, and as you already know, we don't have a XYZ file, the destination file, of course, because it's not already, it wasn't already existent. It's not already, it wasn't created before, and there's nothing there. It's not going to give us any warning, right? And it's going to actually create it first, right? It's going to create XYZ file, this second file, the destination file, before it can copy the content of A over to the XYZ. Enter, and when we list, we're going to see that XYZ is listed down there, and it has the content of the F file. Okay, pretty cool. Of course, so that's how you copy content from one file to another file. Okay, let's say you wanted to copy a bunch of files to a particular or a given directory. Okay, how do you do that? It's pretty much a similar way, right? So you want to do copy. Let's go ahead and list the contents of this current directory. So we have file A, B, C, and A. Let's check out directory 1. Well, let's go ahead and make a directory fast, okay? Make directory directory 10 and directory 11 and directory 12, and of course we want to do that first. Okay, so we created the directories, and the minus p here is for parent. So we had to do that in order to create the parent directory first, so that the child directory could be could find a directory in which to be created in, and then and so on, and recursively. Okay, so now that we have the directories created here, and then we go ahead and list these. You can see tree, so tree directory 10, you see we have directory 10, 11, and 12. And let's say I wanted to copy this file A and B, A and BC, abc.txt and a.txt to these directories. And how do I do that, right? And so the way I do that is run command cp my file, so a.txt, and then the next file abc.txt, and then my destination directory, okay, which is tilde, and then directory 10, and then directory 11, and then directory 12. Okay, enter. Now when I list my directory 10 with the tree command again, I can see that my two files have been copied over inside directory 12. So that's how you copy one or multiple files to a given or particular directory. Okay, pretty cool, right? That's the second way. So okay, the first one was copying contents from one file to another, and then the second one is copying a bunch of file contents to a directory. So copying files to a particular or given directory. So the third one is copying contents of a whole directory to another directory. Okay, let's go ahead and copy the etc directory over to the desktop, this user's desktop directory. Okay, and when you do that, it's not going to go through because we have to run that and say recursively, so that every single, so the etc will be copied over, but also the the contents. So the contents of etc recursively will be also copied over. Let me minimize this so you visualize it, so you can visualize that over here on at the desktop when we copy this over. Okay, see, we just created the etc directory on the we just created the etc directory on the desktop directory. Okay, now, so that's how you copy a directory over into another directory, and recursively together with its content. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so here's another thing here I wanna talk about. Let's say we wanted to copy the XYZ text file over, let's say, as a sudo super user, the root sudo -k to clear my login credentials out of the sudo cache. Okay, so that it prompts me to enter the password next time I try to run the command sudo. So let me try to sudo copy this XYZ file, XYZ.txt file, XYZ.txt. Let me try to copy that over to, say, user10.txt. Okay, so we are trying to copy contents of XYZ over to the user.10.txt. Obviously we don't have it here, right, the user10.txt, but it's going to be created, and then whatever contents are in the XYZ file will be copied over to the user.10.txt. But we're running that as sudo. Okay, enter. So it's asking us for the current user password in order to get into the sudo group, so that he can run the sudo command as a root. Enter. So that should have been successful. ls command again. As you can see here, we have what created that new the new file, user10.txt. But notice this, check this one out. The user, so we copied this as Cloud DevOps, who belongs, and we know we belong to the Cloud DevOps group, but look, check this one out. The file that was created, the user who created it inherited the took over the ownership of the file. He became root here, and he belongs to root because he's the one that ran the command copy. So that's not good, right? In most instances, we want to preserve the ownership and permissions of the original file when we copy from one file to another, right? So in order for such things to happen, we want to include the option -p. Okay, and let's try to run this as user11.txt, and when we do that, lsl, you see that user11.txt. Check this out. The Cloud DevOps, who was the user at that time of who was the owner of the original file, the XYZ file, was preserved over when we copied over to the user11.txt. So that user, same as that, the group from which the original user who created or who owned this XYZ file belonged to, is exactly the same group that this new file is saying that it belongs to. Okay, so perfect, everything was preserved. The writing and reading and execution rights are exactly the same as the ones we had originally down here. So that's how you preserve your file attributes and by making sure that you include the -p for preserve in your command while you're trying to copy contents from one file to another. That's all that is there to be discussed about the cp copy command, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.